Let me start this video with a story. Let's say you want to start a business. So you invest your hard-earned money and set up a manufacturing factory. After some time, your factory is set up and you start manufacturing and selling products and you start earning profits. But one day, there's a fire in your factory and you did not install a fire extinguisher. Boom! Your entire investment turned into ashes. Your years of hard work and huge investment are gone in a few seconds. Now you must be thinking, how is this story related to the topic of health insurance? Well, it is very much related. The problem is that when it comes to money management, everyone is looking for investment ideas. Everyone is looking for multi-bagger stocks. It is like creating an asset just like the factory and earning money. But many people make the mistake of not taking health insurance. It is just like not installing a fire extinguisher. Just one mistake could wipe out your entire lifetime of earnings. Friends, risk management is a very important aspect of financial planning. It is not just about investing money in stocks and mutual funds, but it is ensuring that you don't end up losing your lifetime of savings. And that's where health insurance and term insurance comes into picture. In fact, health insurance is the first and foremost thing that you need to take in your life, even before you start investing money. Over the past few years, I've seen many cases where people end up losing their lifetime savings just because they did not have medical plan. Recently, one of my relatives was admitted to hospital due to COVID. He had a severe breathing issue and was admitted to ICU ward. In the next 15 days, the total bill was rupees 3.5 lakh. And guess what? He did not have the health insurance. Unfortunately, he did not have that much liquidity. Hence, he ended up selling his investments. For a middle class person in India, rupees 3.5 lakh is a huge amount. It takes years to save that much money. And it was wiped out in just 15 days. In fact, every year, millions of people in India end up selling their assets like property, gold, land, etc. to pay for the medical expenses. Hello friends, my name is Sahil and this is my Personal Finance Academy. Recently, I conducted a poll on how many of you have yourself and your family covered with health insurance. And I received around 19,000 votes and only 49% people have their entire family covered with insurance. Remaining 51% haven't covered their family with health insurance. These are shocking numbers. In fact, out of 51%, only 8% have taken a medical plan for themselves and remaining 43% do not have a health plan. I have a message for all those who have not taken health insurance. Don't make this financial blunder. Take health insurance right away. Many people think that we are young, so we don't need to take health insurance. We will take it later. But my friend, the right time to take health insurance is when you are young and disease free. If tomorrow, let's say, you become diabetic, then you will have to shell out a lot of money for insurance. On top of that, you won't be covered for treatment of diseases related to diabetes for a long time. Hence, do not ignore health insurance and take it when you are young and disease free. But before you take the health insurance, I would strongly recommend watching my video on 8 mistakes to avoid while taking health insurance. Now there are 13% people in the survey who responded that they want to take health insurance but have doubts. So in this video, I have tried to solve the most common questions around health insurance. Many people have asked about the best medical insurance, so I have answered them as well. Then there is a common question that should a person already covered from employer take a separate health insurance? So I have tried to answer that as well. Then there are some other common questions that I have tried to answer in the best of my knowledge. Alright, let's get started. First question is from Anil Kumar and he's asking, what are the key points to keep in mind while taking health insurance? So there is basically a checklist that you need to keep in mind. Ensure that the medical plan covers the entire cost of treatment and you don't need to pay anything from your pocket. For example, if you take a medical plan where there is a co-payment clause that you need to pay, let's say 20% of the medical expense, and if there is a medical bill of, let's say, 2 lakh, then you would end up paying rupees 40,000 from your own pocket. So make sure that your medical plan covers the entire payment cost. Then ensure that there is no hospital room rent capping, that you can take room up to rupees, let's say 2,000 or 3,000, or take double sharing. Ideally, you should have the choice to select any type of room in the hospital. Ensure that there is a minimum or zero waiting period for pre-existing disease. For example, if you or your family member have diabetes, then you should take a health plan that has a minimum waiting period for diabetes. Then ensure that the health insurance covers all sort of diseases, including the critical diseases, and there is no capping on the treatment cost. Next, ensure that there is an option of an increase in sum assured every year in case of no claim. For example, if you take a health insurance of rupees 5 lakh and you do not make a claim, your sum assured should increase by, let's say, 20%, and next year your cover should be rupees 6 lakh and likewise. Next, ensure that your entire family is covered. Do not just take a health plan for yourself. Ensure that your parents, wife and kids are covered. You can consider taking a family floater rather than individual health plan. Then check the restoration benefit. For example, if you have taken a health plan of rupees 5 lakh and you ended up with a medical bill of, let's say, 4.75 lakh, then you will only be left with rupees 25,000 for that year. Hence, there should be a restoration benefit so that next time your wife has a medical expense of, let's say, rupees 2 lakh, then you don't need to pay rupees 1.75 lakh from your pocket. Next, ensure that the health insurance covers the top hospitals in your city and provide cashless facility so that you don't need to pay anything upfront. Next, do not just shortlist a health insurance based on low annual premium. You need to ensure that you get proper health coverage and do not end up paying from your own pocket. Next, always declare the pre-existing diseases, if any. In many cases, people tend to hide the medical problems or sometimes simply ignore declaring the pre-medical conditions. Friends, it is one of the biggest reasons for rejection of health insurance claim. So make sure that you always declare the medical condition before taking the health plan. But it also doesn't mean that you declare the unnecessary information as well. For example, if you have faced some medical condition 10 years ago and there is no relation of that disease today, then don't declare it. Otherwise, the health insurer would ask for the documentation of that medical condition and it would be a pain to get those information. Now, next question is very common. Prasad Kavru, Ankit Ladia, Creative Kia and Bala wants to know which is the best health insurance. Well, there is nothing called best health insurance. Let me help you understand with an example. Let's say you choose Max Bupa as it has a very good claim settlement ratio, low premium and good services. But what if you live in tier 2 or tier 3 city and Max Bupa does not cover hospitals in your city in its list of empaneled hospital? In that case, you need to select a medical plan that covers hospital in your city. Let me take another case. Let's say you take Bajaj Allianz insurance based on various factors like good services, low annual premium, high claim settlement ratio, etc. But let's say you are diabetic and Bajaj health insurance has a waiting period of 3 to 6 months. Should you take this health insurance? No. You should take an insurance that covers pre-existing disease and there is no waiting period. It means you are covered from day one. You might need to pay higher premium for that, but it would still be better than waiting for you to get covered for pre-existing disease in case 1. For example, you have HDFC Optima Energy. Let me show you the details of this health plan. So on this website joinditto.in, you just need to hover over this health insurance and click on this understand your policy. Here you can select the insurer and the policy. So let's select the HDFC Ergo and let's select the Energy Silver and just click on get started. So here you can see that it says if you are diabetic or suffering from hypertension, then energy is for you. Considering the fact that the insurer covers all complications arising out of these chronic diseases from day one. If you scroll down, you can see the pros and cons. So what is good here? You most likely don't have to split the bill. You can pick any room you like. You always have full cover irrespective of the disease. Reasonable waiting period of pre-existing disease. So for example, here you can see if you are dealing with diabetes or hypertension, the insurer will cover you from day one. Then it includes your pre and post hospitalization expense, then good restoration benefit and your daycare treatment. Then what is bad here? No coverage if you are forced to hospitalized at home. And what's okay? Special bonus for being healthy and not claiming insurance. Friends, if you want to know the pros and cons of each health plan, I have provided the website link in the description box. Next question is from Kapil Karwa, Abhishek Gupta and Hari Deva. They want to know, should salaried people who are already covered by their employer take separate health insurance? So the answer is yes. Salaried people who are already covered by their employer should take a separate health insurance. There are multiple reasons. First reason is that in most of the cases, the health insurance from the employer is not enough. The healthcare cost is rising rapidly. Second, employer negotiate a lot with health insurance companies as they take group insurance in bulk. As a result, there are a lot of features that are missing from the policy. For example, in many cases, the health insurance from the employer doesn't even cover 100% expenses. It would cover 75% or 80% cost. Then your health insurance from employer might not cover various critical illness. It might not have the best hospital in the network. And there could be many more reasons. Third, and the biggest reason is when you leave your job, your policy will not continue further. Now let's say if there's a gap in joining another company, then you won't be covered with health insurance during that period. So basically health insurance from employer is good for ordinary health coverage. If you really want to plan for a proper health insurance, you should take a customized plan as per your requirements separately. Next question is from Pranjal Pandey. He is asking how much amount of medical insurance and term plan one should take. Well, the answer is it really depends from person to person and family to family. For example, if you are young and have a wife and a kid without any medical issues, then you can consider taking a medical plan of somewhere around 3 to 5 lakh. This is the minimum you should take as the healthcare cost is rising at a very fast rate. And if you have parents with medical condition, then you should consider taking a higher plan of let's say around 7 to 10 lakh. Term plan would again vary. I would suggest taking a term plan of somewhere around 1 to 2 crore. Next question is from Saif Ali and he says that his father is a heart patient. Can he be insured? And Prasad Patil is saying that his father policy was rejected as he had diabetes. So is there a health insurance for a person with pre-existing issues like heart problem or diabetes? So the answer is yes. A heart patient or diabetic patient can also be insured. There are multiple plans that are specific to diseases. For example, you have Star Cardiac Health Plan for heart issue. But like I said before, we can't generalize one health insurance for everyone. Your health plan would vary from person to person. Traditionally, the health insurance was purchased via an agent. But now you can take health insurance online. However, like I said before, you should know what details to provide and what details to skip, as it can have a significant impact on your policy approval or rejection, as well as claim approval and rejection. And that's where I would recommend taking help from an expert. I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but there's an app called FinCharts that provides interesting analysis related to business and economy within few minutes. These guys have also launched a health insurance platform called Ditto. This is the website where you can get all the details for the health insurance. Moreover, you can speak with them personally to get the best health insurance for yourself and your family. They have a hotline number where you can book a slot and schedule the call. You can also WhatsApp them for more details regarding health insurance. So in this video, we discussed the most common question around health insurance. I hope you will find the video useful. I will see you with another video. Till then, take care.